February 5th, 2021. A quiet Friday afternoon in a small Florida town. Inside the local water treatment plant, an operator sits for his routine check. Suddenly, his heart stops. The mouse cursor on his screen starts to move, but his hands are frozen at his sides. For 3 to 5 minutes that feel like an eternity, he watches a ghost in the machine, a silent invader, try to turn the water for 15,000 men, women, and children into a deadly poison. This is the story of how a single click became a weapon of mass destruction. And a terrifying question: was it a malicious hacker or something even scarier? This is Oldsmar, Florida. Population 15,000. It's a place built on trust. Trust in your neighbors and trust in the basic things you never think about, like the water that flows from your tap, the water you drink, you cook with, you bathe your children in.
And all that trust depends on this one small, unassuming building. This is the city's water treatment plant. It's the silent guardian, working 24/7 to maintain a delicate chemical balance. Too little of the right chemicals, and dangerous bacteria can flourish. Too much, and the water itself becomes the threat. So how could an intruder get inside this critical facility? The door was a piece of software called TeamViewer. Now, TeamViewer is a legitimate tool. Think of it like giving a remote control for your computer to a trusted technician so they can fix it from miles away. The problem? At Oldsmar, this remote control had been left active and forgotten for 6 months. It was a digital door left unlocked. And what was the intruder aiming for? A chemical called sodium hydroxide, also known as lye. In small, controlled amounts, about 100 parts per million, it's essential. It controls the water's acidity and helps remove contaminants. But the key words are small, controlled amounts. Because if you crank up the dosage, sodium hydroxide is dangerously corrosive. It's a primary ingredient in industrial drain cleaners. It doesn't just clean pipes, it dissolves organic material. Hair, grease, human tissue.
The first intrusion happened at 8 a.m. A brief access. The operator noticed but thought it was his supervisor. A simple assumption he'd later regret. Then, at 1:30 p.m., the attacker returned. This time, there was no mistaking it. The operator watched, paralyzed, as the ghost took control. His cursor, his tool, was now a weapon in someone else's hand. It wasn't random clicking, it was methodical. The invader opened the controls for the water treatment system.
A target was precise: sodium hydroxide. The operator watched as the attacker changed the setting from a safe 100 parts per million to 11,100 parts per million, a more than 100-fold increase. With a few clicks, the command was sent: turn the city's drinking water into a caustic poison.
As soon as the attacker logged off, the operator snapped into action. He had seconds. He didn't scream, he didn't run. He did his job. He frantically clicked, reversing the lethal command, setting the levels back to normal before a single drop of poisoned water could enter the supply system. He saved his city. But for a moment, let's ask the question that keeps security experts up at night. What if he hadn't been there? What if he was on his lunch break? What if the attack happened at 3 a.m.? It would have taken 24 to 36 hours for that poisoned water to travel through the pipes and reach the homes of Oldsmar. A family wakes up, mom makes coffee, the kids brush their teeth, splashing water on their faces. Dad goes to take a shower, but the water they're using is no longer water. At that concentration, it's a chemical weapon. It would have caused immediate, severe chemical burns on contact. Anyone who drank it would suffer horrific internal corrosion of their mouth, throat, and stomach. For the elderly or for a child, it could have been fatal. Every tap in Oldsmar would have become a source of agony.
The operator's quick action prevented a catastrophe, and he was rightly hailed as a hero. The FBI and Secret Service launched a massive investigation. TeamViewer was immediately disabled, and security protocols were reviewed nationwide. For 2 years, the world believed this was a clear-cut case of environmental terrorism through cyberspace. But then, a stunning revelation emerged. After an exhaustive investigation, the FBI concluded the incident may not have been a malicious hack at all. The evidence suggested it could have been employee error. Someone inside the facility might have accidentally clicked the wrong setting, panicked, and then reported it as a hack to cover the mistake. The ghost in the machine might have just been a human hand that slipped.
So, a hacker or an accident? In the end, does it even matter? The terror the operator felt was real. The potential for a mass poisoning event was real.
Exactly, and that's the real lesson of Oldsmar, the one everyone needs to hear. The vulnerability was the true enemy. The system was designed in such a way that a single person, with a single click, whether their intent was malicious or just clumsy, could create a mass casualty event. Oldsmar proved that our most critical infrastructure, the systems that provide our clean water, our power, are often balanced on a digital knife's edge.
The story of Oldsmar is a warning. It's a reminder that in our connected world, our safety is only as strong as our weakest digital link. Whether it's a foreign enemy or a tired employee, the potential for disaster is the same. And that's why we created EasyDigitalSafety. If this story makes you think differently about the invisible systems that keep you safe, then subscribe to our channel. We expose the hidden digital dangers of our world to help you stay secure in it. Because the next Oldsmar might not be stopped by luck,